Or wait.
I'm Marty.
There you go.
And these fools let me DM them.
Yay.
Tonight we're going to be running a thing I made up called Rescue at Death Mountain. It'll be fine. I'm sure it has a good reason to be called Death Mountain. Let's go and introduce ourselves. I'm Marty. Like I said, I'll be the DM tonight, and I will throw it to you, Zom.
Hi, I'm Zom. Tonight I am going to be playing Baergin, the Wizened Wizard. And where's the beach? He's an old gay wizard. He's trying to go on vacation. This has so far not worked out for him. So yeah, that's...
Is he wearing what you're wearing?
Yes. Yes,
Exactly.
I am cosplaying him.
He has the suspenders too?
Yes. Rainbow suspenders.
Excellent. Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy. I'll be playing Larez Malarn, a Drow Paladin of devotion to Lathander. It's fun. He learned Common from someone who spoke it with a Scottish accent, so that's how he speaks Common. Drow, Elven, Sylvan, Undercommon is different, but... and I look so forward to going to Death Mountain.
Few stops on the way. Andy, you're new to the stream, as I understand.
Yeah, hi, I'm Andy. I'm new here. I don't like not being in that top box. Especially because I have to go to Death Mountain.
It's fine, right?
It's apparently
It's
fine.
fine.
I've been assured it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm playing Beckett Wingard, Cleric of Mistra. You've probably never heard of his family. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He wanted to be a wizard, but his sister used up the last of the family's money going to wizard school. So he joined the clergy to the goddess of magic. It's close enough. It's fine.
Probably fine. All right, and Soup.
Hello, I'm Soup, and tonight I will be playing Ishnot. She is a water Genasi who likes to make some brews, make some alcohol, if you will, and she loves to mix potions into her brews. She usually can be found running a bathhouse-style inn. She calls the Steamy Kraken. And but right now she's out on a little excursion. She likes to go on little excursions because she gets kind of bored. So
Excellent. Well, you find yourself on an excursion now. Let us enter the realm of High Pretend and Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so regardless of where you all set out, you were all in some mode of travel alone, each of you. You each find yourself alone on a small dirt straightaway through a flat, almost vacant countryside. And you find yourselves approaching a crossroads. From about a half mile out, you can see the other three travelers approaching from the other three cardinal directions. And you come together to convene on a mostly unremarkable crossing. Mostly. There is a sturdy country woman there. She is nailing up a notice at the crossroads on a pole with, 4 signs pointing in each direction. And the notice is blank, but for one word: help. Written in red, and there's a bloody thumbprint at the bottom. There's a dead chicken at her feet, and she stands in a circle of salt.
Wow. She means business. Ho there.
Cool! Oh, I knew it would work! I knew it would work!
Oh, what exactly?
Well, I need help, don't I?
I see that.
Yes,
I'm
I
here
made the
to...
sign.
Well done, that. What happened to the bird?
Oh, yeah, the bird had to die. Yeah, that's part of it, for sure. And don't you have a handsome voice? I like that.
Oh, well, thank you. I regret that's all you'll get of my face or what comes from that region, as I've horribly scarred.
Oh,
Terrible scars.
That is a pity, but I needed help, so I came to the crossroads. That's what you do. And Esme said it had to be a black cockerel, and I said, no, it can be any chicken, and who turned out to be right?
Wow.
Listen, I've got no time for this. No time at all. Which way to the beach?
Oh, no, but I summoned help, and you all showed up, so you clearly do.
That explains why this is not the road outside my tavern.
Oh, maybe. Sorry for your troubles, but I have terrible woes.
Tell us your troubles.
Well, they stole our princess. Our beautiful brown-eyed princess, they just stole her right out.
Who's they?
Oh, the bright man. The bright man came and just absconded with her. Probably to take her to the Feywild and have changeling babies with her.
Heaven forfend, Lathander. Guard against it.
She's just a wee bairn.
Where did she, how, when did all this happen?
Well, he just started showing up not a fortnight ago, and then she just got taken with him and then taken away. They went over here.
Over where?
Oh, over there at Death Mountain.
At Death Mountain.
At Death Mountain. Aye.
Your pardon, man. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Agatha Carter. I'm the Weaver.
Agatha Carter.
Oh, are you
You're a
from
weaver.
No, never been to that part. Just a common name, I suppose. But no, everyone around here just calls me Old Nan.
Old Nan. And you have a bit of a way with the craft of the wise, is that it?
Well, when needs be. And we're all out here alone, us folks, so we need to rely on a bit of cleverness every once and again. But everyone knows the Crossroads of Doom is where you find help.
Well, what's in the name and all that?
Oh, aye.
Your pardon, friends. I am Leres, Knight of Lathander. I am willing to help this poor Agatha Carter the Weaver. Might I inquire as to your identities?
I am Baergin or Oingus. Never actually said his name out loud. And so, Agatha, let me get this straight. You came here, you killed the chicken, and you summoned complete strangers to come do your bidding at a place called Death Mountain.
Oh, well, this is the Crossroads of Doom, but the bidding itself is at the Death Mountain.
That's great. I hate kids. Let's just get this over with.
How old is this woman?
How old is Githa here? No, she's into her matronly years for sure.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
How old is Baergin?
He's like 70.
He's human?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
You did the right thing, Agatha. You did the right thing. I'm Beckett. You can call me Beck or Beckett. Either's fine. I'm always happy to help. That's my job, I guess. I'm doing it.
And well, I suppose you answered the call.
I was looking for some adventure anyway, so I guess we will go about this task.
Oh, thank my stars! This is such good news. Yeah, they just took our princess and they just took her right away. You'll just have to go up. Well, I said to Death Mountain, and you just have to go down the Cliffs of Insanity through the Valley of Despair right onto Death Mountain. And there, I'm sure you'll find her until he absconds with her to the Feywild, no doubt.
Well, the Feywild sounds like you're begging your pardon, sounds a bit of an improvement.
From
Sir Knight makes sense.
Oh, from
Thank you.
Death Mountain and the Cliffs of Insanity and the more of hatred. What do we have to go?
Oh
through?
yeah, no, she needs to come home. It's no place for a bear.
Oh, of course not.
No.
What's this princess's name?
Princess.
How?
Beckett will take out a piece of parchment and write down "princess" underlined.
Princess,
what,
comma, princess.
how,
Occupation princess.
what is the age of your princess?
Oh, she's a bairn. She's just a wee lass. She's not seen but 13 summers.
Oh boy.
Right. And
Terrible straight.
the absconders, who are they?
Singular. Just one man. Just showed up all of a sudden. And she kept saying, "Oh, I'm not talking to him, Nan," but I saw her talking to him. She hurries into the house like nothing's to do. Won't answer any questions. It's been real suspicious. And then all of a sudden, poof, she's gone. Must be him that took her.
And you called him the light man.
Yes, the bright man.
Bright man.
Yeah, just silver and handsome and just dreamy as the day is long. But up to no good, I guarantee it.
Well,
Did you talk to this bright man at all?
Oh no, had no time for old Nan, that's for sure. Always off at the edge of the woods where he could disappear.
Sounds like a shady individual.
I should say. I said the same myself to our princess, but she just wouldn't have time for old Nan.
She should do well to listen to you,
Oh,
Mistress Agatha.
thank you, my lad. Thank you. I personally agree. Now, we don't have nothing to offer in reward, but there's usually treasure in this kind of thing, right?
well, I need no reward, ma'am. I do it for the doing.
Oh, core. Scars or no. You're getting under me collar. That's all right. That's all right. Well, should I point you to the Cliffs of Insanity then?
If that's where we have to go first, yes.
Sure, sure. And she points off the trails, all 4 cardinal directions. She points in a completely disparate direction. Just go there until you reach the cliffs. You'll recognize them as being the sharp drop. Mind your step.
Right, and so we're to rappel down the side.
Oh, I do hope you have an adventurer's kit.
I believe I do.
Okay, well, yeah, you might need a good bit of rope or something.
Hempen rope. Aye.
Hey.
Are you coming then, Grandad?
Oh, no, not myself, no. Old Nan, these knees. They gave up on me long ago. I'm lucky my eyes are good enough to do the weaving.
Where is it that you live?
Oh, well, I have to... It's a bit of a magical mishap. I have to go that way. And she points in another non-cardinal direction as far as this road is concerned. And that'll take me back to old Nan's estate.
Old Nan. All right, old Nan. Where are we to bring the bairn when we rescue her?
Oh, just return her to the crossroads. It's a magical place.
Do we have to kill a chicken? Should we bring our own chicken?
That's entirely up to you, lad. You may kill as many chickens as you like.
I'll take a note. May have to kill chicken. Under bright man, comma, absconder.
And princess, comma, princess.
Princess, comma, princess. 13 in parentheses.
Princess. Right.
Can I get some perception rolls?
Sure.
Oh, God.
Oh. I turned my head too sharply and my helmet sort of hit my eye. So I got this an 8.
Okay.
I also got an 8.
10.
I also have. Is it bright and sunny?
It is. But under the helmet, you're not so.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I do have some
Although,
disadvantage.
Perception-wise, it certainly not helping.
I got a 15.
15?
I'm watching you shifty people.
Did nothing wrong, Master Wizard.
And Ishnot, you got like a 10. What did you get?
10.
10. Okay. Baergin, you notice two things about the signpost. One, none of the road markers are labeled. Two, inscribed in the post is in honor of Mayor Gordon Doom. So, off to the Cliffs of Insanity, shall we?
Okay. I'm just gonna make a note about Mayor Doom.
Gordon Doom. I like how it's Gordon.
Gordon's my brother's name, actually.
It's a good name. Good old name.
Beckett will point in the direction that she pointed earlier for the Cliffs of Insanity and kind of nod at her, like, yeah?
Oh, yeah, just
It's
straight
not
onto a morning.
It's not on the... Okay.
Morning.
Oh, well, you came from the roads. You would have seen it, wouldn't you?
I guess that's a fair
All right, let's
Well-
get this over with. I don't have all summer.
Shall we away?
So he just starts marching in that direction. He's like, whatever.
Wait, please.
Are you like carrying like a beach bag, and do you have like a folding
Yes.
chair and stuff? That's totally
And like sandals.
right. Totally. And they're like slapping or like hitting the bottoms of your feet every time you step.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lorez hates that. He's like, oh, I hate
He's
that.
wearing
Who
like a
would
short.
wear those kinds of shoes out and about?
Terrible.
They're for the beach, which is where
Do you
I
see-
should
Do you
be
see any
right
sandy
now.
shoals here, Granddad?
I was not the one who killed the chicken and brought me here against my will. Ask her. She's probably gone by now.
Yeah, instead of the adventurers pack, you took the beachcombers pack. And
Yes. Which is nothing useful.
Find a bunch of
You
spare
get an umbrella.
change.
SPF 300.
metal detector.
Yeah, I want like a
Yeah.
little rock that's like a metal detector. Magical version of a metal detector.
Some seashells.
All right, well, you guys start cutting across the field, and it's remarkably flat land. And you go, and kind of before you know it, not in the way that you had to make any sudden checks, but sure enough, the land just kind of drops off. Which at least two of you find odd, because you've kind of come from at least an adjacent direction and coulda, shoulda noticed that, but that just kind of happens out of nowhere.
And does it happen in a way that we are unfortunately discovering this? Or...
No, you get to see it coming.
Perception check if you walk off the
Yeah,
cliff.
perception. Wile E.
Um,
Coyote physics. If
No,
you
but yeah,
notice,
you-
you fall.
You guys arrive at a very sheer cliff that leads into a very misty valley.
Can we see the bottom?
You can see the mists at the bottom, but if you'd like to give me a perception or investigation check, I'll give you a little more.
That is a 16.
Okay, yeah, it is thickly carpeted in kind of white swirling mist that just seems to settle in the bottom. You can pick out a couple landmarks, trees, some rocks that indicate that it can't be more than a foot or two thick, the mist itself. So you've got a pretty good idea where the bottom is. It's about 100 feet down.
Okay.
And is there any other side of this?
How so? Like,
is it a gorge, or does the land just go down?
it pretty much just goes down in front of you. There's no natural way down except, unfortunately, probably to climb. There is a lot of vines, roots, and kind of natural handholds, but a rope wouldn't run amiss. You could make the check either way.
Okay. A rope will give us advantage, or does that just...
A rope will lower the DC.
Great. Great. I have 50 feet of hempen rope. If we have another line, we can marry these and lower it down. It should be enough to reach the bottom.
I have a priest's pack, and I don't think there's rope in there.
Does
Do you
the
have one of
explorer's
those?
pack come with rope?
I am almost certain the explorer's pack should.
Okay.
Okay, then I have rope.
So
Yeah,
I
you
have
guys-
some rope if we need it.
2 at a time.
Do you want like a sleight of hand for a knot, or does that matter?
No, I think Lorez is fairly competent in not tying, unless someone thinks they can do it better.
I will lead it to him.
All right.
I make the Paladin lash
Yeah.
that I learned at Paladin school.
Yeah.
Correspondence course, though.
Yeah. So it's not practical learning, but you
Right.
studied that diagram quite a bit
Absolutely.
as you were learning
Yeah,
common.
I was testing,
Yeah.
increasingly greater distances with my confidence level of my knot.
And Brody could tell you by feel whether or not you were doing it right.
That's right. And he could always tell when I did it wrong because you hear me hit the forest floor.
Yeah. So yeah, and you just need to find something to lash it to. Which again, there's plentiful. It's a very. It almost looks like it belongs in a jungle, and yet that was not the climb you're coming from. But like, there's just nature has taken over this cliff as much as anything. So you can easily find something to secure it to.
Okay. So make another lash to a vine.
Mm-hmm.
Test the strength of the vine.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's sturdy. I can anchor and lower you all down, or I can go first.
Who is the heaviest amongst us?
I am wearing scale mail.
Then
Lieutenant
armor alone,
Shields.
it's probably Lorez.
Yeah.
I also wear scale mail.
Okay.
I don't have the muscles to back it up, but I wear scale.
Wow.
Yeah, Baergin's all spindly. He ain't got much on him.
Lorez is more wiry. He's more of a beanpole, but he has a sort of...
I might be the heaviest.
You might be.
I have no problem descending first if it is what we need.
Okay.
Yeah, there is wisdom in the strongest going first in case someone has a mishap. There is wisdom in the most dexterous going first. But determine your marching order or climbing order.
I'm willing to go first to brave whatever danger is there. So if you, good cleric, would like to anchor it, I'll slide down with as much nimbleness as I can manage.
I definitely am not very strong, but I will try. I will latch it
the
to
rope will
myself
hold.
and hold. Oh, okay. Yeah, I will just watch it then.
All right, Lorez, Ishnot, you next, or Ishnot?
Yes, I will go next.
Okay.
How long has all of this taken, Marty?
Cool, not but like 20 minutes.
During that time, could I cast a ritual?
While walking, it would be difficult depending on the spell, but while you're up here, you can be like, wait.
Yeah, while everyone's tying and getting ready, I kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. You certainly, yes, I will say for sure you have enough time at the top of the ridge, provided it's like what's the casting? What's the ritual time?
10 minutes.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
This cliff seems weird to me. Can I cast detect magic on the edge of it? Like, it feels kind of illusory in a way. I just want to kind of.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. While Lorez is and Ishnot are doing their business, getting the ropes sorted out, and Baergin sitting there looking upset to everyone.
Putting his parasol into the ground.
Looking for his cooler.
Chair.
I feel like while you guys are working, he just like sat down and put his hat over his face. I'm just sleeping.
Tell me when it's done. Okay, you cast detect magic. Well, I did not anticipate, but yeah, the magic itself is entirely mundane. But there is something just weird about this place that you do feel falls somewhere between illusion and enchantment. Not the cliff, the whole place.
Okay.
It gets stronger in the valley.
I hate that answer. Okay. Could I infer that perhaps, as mentioned previously, this is a way into the Feywild? Or no, it's just weird magic is manipulating the land. It's not necessarily a portal to another plane.
I feel like barring any practical experience with the Feywild, which I know Beck does not have, you do feel like that would be screaming more.
Okay, that makes sense.
At you, like it would be brightening up all your sensors. This is just, it's a weird place.
It's a weird place. But like none of this, none of the cliffs of insanity, none of that. I've never seen that on a map, right?
No.
Okay, so
no.
It's just weird.
Are we near Gilda?
The crossroads of doom, nor the cliffs of insanity. You could be entering the country of Gilder. It is entirely possible. I may have just watched that movie recently, introducing it to my kids. Don't worry about it.
It was a fine film.
And they're quoting it. I'm very proud.
You've done your work.
So I will, as Lorez and Ishnot are
finishing up.
I'll just
throwing
say,
it over.
Yeah, no. By Mistress Hand, there's magic here, and it's a little weird. Sorry, I don't have more information.
Glad you caught up with everything.
You know what? Okay.
I thought the dead chicken would have tipped that off. But,
fair,
you know.
Master Wizard. I'm sorry.
A little bit of magic never hurt anything. Here, sit down, have a drink.
Okay.
We will take care of everything.
Do you accept the drink?
Can I smell it? Can I cast detect magic on the drink?
Well, you still got detect magic going.
Yeah, can I use it on the drink?
Ishnot, is there anything particularly magical about the drink, or just its proof?
Is it burning through the cup?
For this one.
Just its proof, yeah.
Great. No,
Yeah.
it's real good.
Bottoms up.
Oh,
All right, so Lorez, let you be the first to make a strength or athletics check.
Oh, natural 20.
Well, that'll do.
So I glide down the rope like smoke
Yes,
into the mists.
and
Baergin's like,
yeah,
he's into it.
you never seen someone climb rope so well. And a natural 20 will be like, and you're like not even using your feet. You're all showing off hands.
My forearms. I'm not even using my hands. They're
No.
just like, ugh.
And nat 20 will be considered in any future successes needed. Ishnot, a strength or dexterity check, as is your wont.
I have a question before you do this.
Yeah, please.
If we go down, wait for me to get down at the bottom, I can anchor the rope, maybe give Ishnot an easier time of it.
Is everybody
Possibly.
good with that plan?
So
sounds
I get to
fine.
the bottom, and then I give you a tug to say, come down.
Okay,
Cool.
very clever.
Okay. Can I use athletics for this?
You could use it athletics or acrobatics. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I did say strength check because in my head I was sorting that out. But yes, athletics would certainly apply.
So do I have any advantage from Lorez, possibly?
Well,
I'm
let's talk
trying to
about
aid.
what happens when Lorez
When I get
gets
to the bottom, I knew it.
about 70 feet down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. So we haven't tugged anything yet.
No, you are
Oh.
still well within sight,
Mhm.
and you were just showing off. And there's the flapping of wings that seems to be disturbed by your climbing.
I see. Go on.
And the source of those wings is 3 women birds, would be the first phrase that comes to mind. Harpies, more traditionally known. And there are 3 of them. And they kind of fly in a kind of concert.
Like a formation.
They're very coordinated, and all of them topless for some evolutionary reason.
You can't flap with sleeves.
Sleeves aren't part of evolution, anyways.
Yeah.
Cool.
But one is elderly, sagging, low, and pendulous.
Mm-hmm.
Another on a human you would call middle-aged, matronly, and politely called handsome. She is milk-swole and completely unaerodynamic. And the last one is young and surprisingly attractive, perky. She's a good-looking harpy. You've never heard of such a thing.
Hmm.
And they start... They kind of fly in crone, mother, maiden order, kind of forming a concentric ring, seemingly upset by, who's making all that noise?
So, while I'm still going down...
Okay, yeah, you're going to keep on going?
I'm keep job focused here.
Okay.
Going down. How close are they?
They're staying about 20 feet away.
Okay.
But they are kind of keeping with you. At least the eldest one is kind of descending with you.
Gliding down, right.
And the other two are kind of staying up.
Okay. I say I am Lorez Melan of the vanquished house of Melan, Paladin to Lathander, the mornings, braving these cliffs of insanity to go to Death Mountain and rescue a wee bairn. With whom do I have pleasure to speak?
Well, I am Oregon. That there's Maka and that there's Bave. And these are our cliffs. Don't come in here putting on airs about Lathander. I know all about Lathander, thank Hecate. I've seen many things low these many years. Ain't I, Maka? You have, mother, you have.
I doubt not what you've seen through the years, honored ladies. My friends
kind
and
of
I
coo between each other approvingly so far, like.
my friends and I are on an errand of mercy. Rescue a helpless child from perhaps an ill influence, and we prevail upon your good natures, your better natures, to allow us free passage. And if there's any sort of recompense we can offer you by way of making up for any imposition, let me be the first to say we will do it if it is within the scope of our codes of ethics and our ability.
Oh, he is a fancy lad and a smooth talker, mother. I think he's sweet. And you're moving downwards?
Oh, yeah. The whole time. They're hovering, right? Like,
oh, I don't like that. Yeah, but and the mother mostly is going, and the youngest one is pointing up at the cliff that there are more. Well, I do like the way you speak, my child, I think. Make a persuasion roll and see.
Okay, that's pretty good. 16 plus 5, 21.
21's probably going to avoid an encounter I wrote up. So pleased with things.
Someone else could piss them off. I mean, don't lose hope.
That's true.
I smother Baergin.
Sleep. Well, I like your means, Lorez of the House Malarn, former. You're free to pass. We'll discuss recompense at the bottom. But first, she flutters back up to meet her sisters or something. Some familial relationship is implied. And you reach the bottom safely, where there is just a mess of, like a line of bodies. Picked clean, for the most part.
Right. Okay. So we have a definite bridge of death sort of gorge of eternal peril feel about this.
Yeah.
Do I hear cries?
Make a perception or investigation check when you reach the bottom.
16 plus 3. Do I need to roll again for disadvantage? Or is it dark?
No, you're actually kind of in the shadow of the cliff at the moment, so you're pretty well off.
Okay, so that's a 19 for me.
Okay, yeah, you actually see a sign between several dead bodies that says, "In loving memory of Nathaniel Sanity." Back up top. You now see visibly 3 winged women with their kid out, just kind of hovering and seeming to wait for the next person to pass.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh no.
How far away is Lorez?
I'm at the bottom of the rope.
He gets freely 100 feet down.
Okay, he's 100 feet down.
Yeah.
So if 120 feet is what you're looking for, you got it.
It is. I'm going to cast message at Lorez, and Lorez, you hear whispered in your ear, "Are you okay? Are the harpies gonna let us go?"
I've managed to make friends with them. I spoke with them honorably. I encourage you to do the same, and to offer recompense for free passage prevailing upon the better natures. You can use my name.
Thank you. that may hold sway. Master Baergin, would you like to go before me?
Am I going next? Are we just pushing me down the cliff?
Well,
You relaying that, or are you just sending Baergin as bait?
Oh no, sorry. I will say to Baergin, Lorez has some sort of pact with them. I think we're good, but I can stay up here and make sure you don't fall, or I can go first to cushion your fall, Master Wizard.
I'll go. It's fine. If this is going to be my doom, it's going to be my day of doom. Okay, so it's strength or dexterity?
You on the shoulder and cast guidance.
Athletics or acrobatics, to be specific. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I don't have those.
I didn't think you did.
So it's going to be... What?
I cast guidance, so you get a D4 on it.
There you go. Add an additional D4.
That's going to be a 10?
Okay.
It might be enough.
It is, in fact, enough.
Yeah!
Well done with that guidance, I have a feeling. And you get about 20 or 30 feet down, and you find yourself aligned with 3 winged women who are doing nothing for just nothing. And the eldest of them is, "Who's making all that noise?"
Oh, get off it. Just let me climb down the damn cliff like a fool in peace. You've already talked to my compatriot. He promised you whatever.
Are you friends with Lorez?
Yes. Apparently.
I don't care for his lip, but I do respect his attitude. Make whatever charisma check you believe is appropriate. It could be intimidation, persuasion, straight roll if you got none of the above.
I have none of that, so...
All right.
That's a 14.
Okay. Plus an, or that's a 14.
Yeah, it's just a 14. I've got nothing.
Okay. They do not immediately respond. You two at top, are you also waiting for Baergin to get all the way to the bottom before you proceed?
I will say to Ishnot, maybe it's best if one of us goes while they're dealing with whatever Baergin is offering them.
I guess I would go.
Guidance.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay. I have myself.
Okay.
And I'll cast guidance on myself.
Oh.
I don't think guidance doubles up, but one way or the other, you get a D4.
Okay, so athletics. Oh, God. That's going to be a 10.
Okay. As has been previously established, a 10 is exactly what you need
Alright.
Familiar
So-
comes out.
Cat friend.
So,
Handsome.
yeah, they seem to still be contemplating what they're going to do about Baergin, and you start descending, and it's not long before you get to this triptych of ladybirds. They say, "Who's making all that noise?"
What seems to be the problem here?
Well, you're making too much noise on our cliffs, aren't you?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, manners. All right. Well,
Might I offer you a drink in recompense?
I wouldn't mind a nip. I mean, it's sundown somewhere, right? The eldest of them
Maybe it is.
flies over to you.
Here you go. My best brew for you.
Okay. I still don't know if they're supposed to have arms or not, so it just kind of snatches it with a weird claw and tips it back. And it goes right to her head.
She's drinking and flying.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Is this Granny or is this the middle one?
Yeah, this is Granny. She just kind of puts like one claw on one of the roots nearby, and she's just like, "Oh, yeah." She returns the cup.
It does the trick.
That'll do. That'll do. Maka, you want any of this? But I've none for you. You're not of age. And Maka's like, "Mother, I'm nursing. You know I can't." Oh, well, more for me then. Yeah, shit, go ahead.
I thank you very kindly.
Oh, the thank's all mine, I'm sure. She kind of flutters back out to meet her sisters and is just kind of... She's maintaining. And Baergin and Ishnot, you may make it safely to the ground. Leaving Beck.
You can do this. You can do this. I make the 8-pointed star across my chest, and I fold my hands in prayer and say, "Mistra, you're a real cool lady. Don't let me fall." And I'm going to cast guidance on myself, and I'll use acrobatics because it's +1 instead of -1.
Wisely done.
10.
Good. You did it.
You guys have solved my rope riddle. All right, so you are
Skating by.
you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And this permanent mantra, like hand over hand, you're like, I got this. Until it's interrupted by, who's making all that noise?
Hello, mother.
Never married.
Oh, sorry to presume. Don't you have more of that suicider or like the cider, the drink? Do you have any left? I'm gonna
No, I
point down-
gave the cup back. I'm done with that. I downed it.
If I had lesser restoration, I'd cast it because I'm sure you're poisoned.
What are you trying to say?
What are you doing on our cliffs?
I'm just trying to get to my friends. The handsome knight, Larez. I'm sure you met him.
Oh, they all just kind of cluck and coo at each other, like, oh.
So polite and handsome, is he not?
I keep my helmet on, though. I have a handsome helmet.
But he had many a honeyed word. And the other was rude, but was old, and I respect that. And the last one had drink. What do you have, young man?
Do you... How do you like candles?
It's like giving aromatherapy sets. Like,
There is some small conference about whether or not they like candles. Would you like that to be the sum of your persuasion check?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you actually have the candles, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're in my priest pack. I have
Then it's
5 of
persuasion
them.
check.
I'm not a terrible persuader. 21.
Oh, that's great.
Now the mother will flutter up. Let me smell them.
Kind of take one hand off the rope, and then I kind of just. Oh no. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. No, I got it.
She actually steady you with a claw, which isn't very.
Thank you very much.
Certainly helps.
I'll hand her 5 different candles. Made them myself.
They're all patchouli.
Lilac.
Is that the purple one?
Yeah. Very astute, mother.
She flutters away to join, and they actually they huddle up in midair. They're all, they are nice candles, though. Yeah, I mean, girls, I am stressed right now. And they seem to just kind of, well, careful on your way down.
Thank you very much.
They don't call them the Cliffs of Insanity for nothing.
I'm learning that.
And you guys successfully bypass my heartbeat riddle. It turns out.
Didn't use a
I
single
am
spell slot.
astounded Baergin got through that.
The riddle being, who's making all that noise on my mount?
Yes. It's question 1. I had all kinds of systems and checks for you guys to pass, but instead, you managed to diplomatically. Let that be a lesson, D&D players everywhere.
That's right.
Use your inventory sheet.
That's right.
Or just be
Absolutely.
old and grumpy.
Yes. So, Beck, thankfully, blissfully, your boots hit the solid ground.
Never again.
You had several moments where you did not think you'd make it. You will have to climb back up it later. Don't
Oh.
worry about it. So yes, all 4 of you find yourselves in the thick, you could convince yourself it was water mist of this valley. The looming cliffs ahead of you somehow give you more vertigo than it suddenly seems very sheer and terrifying. And everyone but Larez may also give me a perception or investigation check.
7.
8.
17.
17?
17.
All right, Beck, you were the only other one who naturally notices the sign in loving memory of Nathaniel's sanity.
Take a note.
And all of you can kind of turn around and face the long valley, where now actually you can see what you presume to be Mount Death. What seems to be several miles away. And you will first have to traverse this mist-filled valley. It's difficult to see the terrain itself, but on it, it's a very kind of giving loam. It's very there's a mossy kind of covering to it. It gives a bit to each step. It's hard to see the ground itself, but as you kick through the mist, it disturbs it enough that you can see these bodies that you're amid right now, which do seem to give out only a few feet away. And then it's a very weird spongy step. And throughout, there are several copses of weird kind of trees that I would say would be common to the veldt, or it's kind of you get a good sunset picture in Africa, and they're all very high-leaved, and there's probably a leopard in it. It very much seems to be those kinds of trees, which is completely weird because you've never seen those kinds of trees before in Faerun or your home plains.
Right.
But here you are in the Valley of Despair. Shall we sally forth?
We shall.
Forward.
What's the visibility ahead of us with the mist?
The further away your line of sight gets, the mist actually does seem to go up quite higher, but when you're in it, you've got a pretty clear, let's say at 40 you can see clearly, up to 60 you can still make out your surroundings fairly well.
But
Okay.
draw distance isn't great after that.
Right, yeah. After that, I am still loading.
Okay.
I gotta tell you guys, it is a trick.
If we need to get rid of this fog, I can destroy it. Just let me know.
Like
You can destroy the.
all of it? There's a lot of it.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just if we need to see something, just let me know.
Okay.
Noted. Thank you. I will have my rapier out, my shield up. I'll advance warily and as stealthily as I can manage.
Okay, for sure. You begin traveling through the Valley of Despair. Don't worry about it. You guys, again, the further you travel, it seems to be taking a while for Mount Death to be significantly growing, so you might even be misjudging the distance. But you guys have some time if you'd like any inter-party chatter before I have the next don't worry about it.
Would anybody like a drink while we are walking?
Oh no, thank you.
Thank you. I will. What are you offering?
Oh, well, let's see. I have a little something that I mixed up. It's got a little bit of a potion of climbing. It gives it a little bit of a gravelly type of hint to it, but trust me, it is good.
Where were you then, Ishnot? During the climbing challenge.
Nobody
Don't worry
asked.
about it. I'm not here.
Nobody asked. It was fell down a cliff.
Perhaps I'll have
I
that
offered
drink
you.
later when we're on our way out.
I'll take a hit of that.
Oh, should you be drinking, Master Wizard? Is that a good idea?
I do what I want.
Okay.
Don't be ageist.
Well, no, that's not. I'm standing behind the wizard.
I support any patron of the brew. Here you are.
He takes it and he totally downs it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's definitely competently made. Some of the best climbing potion you've ever had.
This is not bad. Have you ever thought of making? Have you ever thought of branching out, selling it in a tavern or something?
Ah, yes. Well, you see, I do own an establishment of sorts. If you ever come by and hear of the Steamy Kraken,
I
just
like
say
the
my
name.
You know, if this vacation is full bust, the Steamy Kraken, you could do a lot worse. Am I right, Baergin?
Sounds great.
Okay, so because you've kind of described this as a jungle, is it? And there's a bunch of mist. Is it like rainforest hot? Like, is it humid mist or is it like Scotland mist?
It's a bit like Scotland mist, but with kind of African plains
Okay.
as your setting.
Okay.
The mist seems to chill where it touches you, but you're not uncomfortable one way or the other.
Okay. I don't have to
It
start
doesn't-
taking off layers.
No.
Okay.
You're welcome to.
He's kind of covered head to toe, and he will take off a hood to which underneath he is wearing a different hood. It's like it's like that skin tight hood that knights wear under their armor. So
yes.
He's kind of wearing that underneath his regular hood.
A coif, I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
called.
coif.
Taking off your 8 hoods, I feel like Baergin just looks at you and he makes eye contact and he's like,
In Mistra's name, I bless you, Master Wizard. It's fine.
It's fine. That's your blessing. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm good at this. Make a star.
You and I may have a kindred face without realizing it, for what is a star but another sun?
And Lathander must light the way for all those good magic.
You really landed it. First try.
I like Lathander. He seems nice.
Lorez turns. It's like...
It's very implacable behind the
Right.
but-
It's just totally just like this. Yes.
staring silently at you through a helm.
Purple eyes looking at you.
Lorez, I think you're my best friend.
Brothers in light. Brothers in light.
And Lorez, you are currently comfortable because that cliff is still casting a pretty wide shadow, but you do see that it becomes a little more daylit ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the discomfort it brings you are mostly covered enough where, again...
Right, but it's going to affect my...
Yeah, short of some exquisite, some elaborate perception checks or something, but you've figured this out by now on how to mitigate your...
condition.
Yes.
As everyone's kind of walking, I'll be like, is anyone from Waterdeep? Where's everybody from? How's this weather? Am I right? Nobody's from Waterdeep? Good. That's all I actually needed to know. So that's actually good.
What does it matter where we're from? What does it matter where we're from as long as we know where we're going?
Mount
That's
Death.
actually, yeah, no, that's it.
Philosopher.
I agree. I just don't. I'm just glad no one's from Waterdeep. It's fine.
Tell me your troubles, child. Why are you worried about us being from Waterdeep?
No, I just. My family used to be important, and they're not anymore. And, it's just hard sometimes.
Oh my god,
I'm
is
sorry
going to
hear
cry.
No! It's the mist!
There, child. Here, take this potion. I mean, brew. What is the difference?
Lorez sees you tearing up. He stops abruptly. He turns to you and he looks at the wizard and he raises his hand. And he puts his hands to his helmet and he pulls his helmet off. And his silver hair spills out of his helmet, his charcoal black skin. And he says, I know what it is to be from a ruined house. Everyone I know is dead. Everyone I knew is dead to my knowledge. I am here with you, lad. Don't worry, we'll get through it together. And there's nothing wrong with a man having us cry now.
You are
Or an elf.
100% my best friend, Lorez. And my backstory seems a lot less sad now that I know that everyone you know is dead. But you have us. We're your new
They're
friends.
either dead or they're thralls of mind flayers.
That's
Listen.
not better.
Listen, some of us have pasts that we'd rather not have, and so we try and forget about them. Some of us have futures that are frightening or unclear, and so we try not to ponder them. For people like us, the present is all we have. So let's try and enjoy it before it becomes something we'd rather not think about.
I agree with the philosopher.
It made a lot more sense than I thought it was going to. Okay, yeah.
Baergin, would you like to ruin this moment?
Sees Lorez like trying to comfort him, and he's just kind of like, oh, okay, fine. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, eventually, you'll be old, and nothing matters.
You really capped the moment, Master Raven. You really did it. So...
And he pats the side of your face, but it's like he sort of misses and just sort of like brushes you, and he doesn't even care. He's like, whatever, it's great.
I'm putting my head back up.
Yeah, I put my helmet back on. Preemptively.
Cry.
And by the way, the potion that she gave you was a potion of water breathing.
I can breathe the mist, guys. I can breathe the mist.
So wait, do I actually have climb good abilities now that I drank it?
For like an hour, right?
It depends on how diluted with alcohol it is, I think.
Don't
It's
worry
pretty
about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's mostly alcohol.
Right. So it's more about thinking that you can do the thing that
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a placebo.
It's a hold my beer potion.
Right.
I've been I can hold my breath for a whole hour.
Just sinking to the bottom of the lake.
Well, when I'm done climbing that mountain, I'm going to check on it. All right. Well, you. I couldn't ask for that to be any better, and you guys proceed through the mist. And again, it's a weird sort of like it's not physical, but there almost feels like there's some resistance to it as you guys continue, and you get into more kind of tree-filled areas. And again, they're just small copses by themselves. It's not a thick jungle you're pursuing through. It's just kind of it's mostly plain, and then there's suddenly a burst of trees, and then a burst of trees, and you can see them coming. You're not going to be ambushed.
Are there any signs of life? Any flora or fauna? Well,
eerily
flora.
no.
Sorry, more fauna.
Eerily no before making you check. No, there's just kind of like. In fact, now that you've come to like be like to kind of focus in on it, there's no insect sounds. There's none of that kind of background hum of nature. It's all pretty eerily dampened as you make your way through the cheerily named Valley of Despair.
Are there any more signs in general?
Not that you've come across yet. You could get a closer look at some of the trees to see if someone's etched a name or honorarium in, but so far it just seems like a long-ass misty valley.
And these bodies are persisting or only down at the bottom?
No, they are entirely at the bottom of the cliff.
Okay, right.
Well.
So that's good. That's a little more
People,
heartening.
but still.
Mm-hmm.
So we could well be the only ones to have passed through here in a long, long while.
You have a suspicion that Nathaniel Sanity did not make it this far.
But perhaps Brenda Despair did.
Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps. Yeah, and you get the feeling as these kind of like cops are just a little more regular that you think now that you're seeing a steady progression towards Mount Death that you think you're about halfway there.
Okay.
When the mist seemed to sort of rile for a second and just kind of like gust as if something's kind of brushed through them. And Ishnot. You kind of are looking around, kind of caught in your own thing, and in a nearby tree, you see a macaque. A macaque that kind of like brings you back to one of those like pre-memory memories of your childhood. Like wee childhood. Like you'd barely remembering it. Just this macaque catches you feelings of springs.
What's a macaque?
A macaque is a monkey that frequents hot springs.
Oh, okay.
Apologies. Yes, it's a snow monkey,
Okay.
but they love hot springs. I was
Mhm.
hoping that was going to land, but all right, we'll keep moving. We'll keep moving. We'll do it live. So yeah, it's one of those fuzzy, kind of big-nosed, old man-looking
Mhm.
monkeys.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that was the name for them.
Yes. And as
All
you
right.
as you see this macaque, you kind of turn around to your companions to be like, "Hey, everybody, free monkey!" And no one else is there with you.
Well, that was quick. Uh,
And very
okay.
softly, you hear, "I can sing this song so blue that you will cry in spite of you. Little wet tears on your baby's shoulder. Little wet tears on your baby's shoulder." And out from behind one of the trees appears Telhana. Take 1 psychic damage.
Fair
You're
enough.
You find you're walking through the valley, and the kind of mist did this thing, and it's not that unreasonable they did it. It's just odd that it's kind of the first sign you've seen them do a thing. And you're kind of walking, and in a nearby copse of trees, kind of from behind you, you hear, "Brother? Perez?" And turning around, you see Narachnis. She stands there in the shadows of the trees. She's very specifically still clad as you kind of remember her, mostly in torn gowns as you guys were fleeing.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of the last you saw her. And she looks at you from the shadows of these trees, kind of squinting at this arraignment that you're in. Were you never intending to return? Were you to leave me forever at the mercies of the Illithid? Take 1
Right.
psychic damage. Okay,
I
go
will.
ahead. Go ahead. You will be taking 1 psychic damage, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Please interact.
I pull off my helmet and
Mhm.
I say, "Sister, where did you learn to speak common?"
Oh, I presumed we were speaking Undercommon, probably. It almost doesn't register. You know, it's that sound of home. You respond to the childhood name and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, how did you get here?
Take 1 psychic damage, and we'll get back to that.
Again, another hit?
No. Take the first
the
point, and
one.
you're good.
Okay, great.
Beck, you hate it here. By the way, it's
the
just
worst.
like you're wearing undershirts, and they're moister than they should be, and you can't get to them because they're under layers of things.
I hate it. Can't take out a book; it would get wet.
Yes. No, it would be very, very rude to the book, quite frankly. And as you're walking, like the mist kind of does this weird kind of ripply thing, and you kind of watch it. You've got a keen eye for magic goings on, and you've been on high alert so far. But like as you kind of follow what you kind of see as this like rippled tide in the mist or whatever, you turn around and there's Joyce. Oh, hey, Becky. How are you?
I'm fine, Joyce. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Are you like a cleric now?
Yes. If you had written back any of my letters, or come to my, priesting ceremony, I graduated. Unlike some people I know.
Oh. I'm super into Agam now, so I get it. Take 1 point of psychic damage.
Joyce.
Baergin.
I'm not ready. Okay.
Baergin. Mm-hmm. You are simply alone. Make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, God damn it. That's dirty 20.
Okay, very good. As you kind of focus, you just turn around and none of these other jackholes are with you, and you're not quite sure what the holdup must be. But as you turn around, you keep seeing flickering images that kind of form and then disappear. Mm-hmm. And you kind of have the feeling that this valley is trying to find some way to haunt you and is completely unsatisfied with the results. Take 1 point of psychic damage.
What the hell?
Ishnot. Standing in front of you with it just kind of plucking at a lute, and then she suddenly stops as she sees you, is Telhana.
Ishnot just starts crying.
What are you doing here in the middle of nowhere? Are you drunk?
It's no business of yours if I'm drunk or not.
Don't you think it's time you settled down? You own an inn. What are you doing out on the road?
What, you settled down?
Yes, frankly. Vilhan and I are quite happy. Have you made no friends without me? Taken no lovers?
What is it any concern of yours?
Well, I'm still worried about you. And she's suddenly pregnant? And she says, perhaps the domestic life would suit you.
I had a chance at that and you ruined it. You know that.
Take 2 points of psychic damage. Larez. You are there confronted with your sister. You've taken off your helm and wondered whether or not she's speaking common or not.
Because we speak the Elven tongue in a different way. The Drow.
Oh, shoot, I don't know that I can match that on short notice.
It's all right. It's all right.
My Viliana Shadespire accent.
You can speak and, how you say, the common tongue. We'll speak common if that's what you'd like.
Well, brother, should you not return and help your sister superior bring the justice of revenge against House Banre? What purpose are you serving House Malarn on the surface in this ridiculous raiments? And what is that voice?
It is my tongue. It's the tongue of the man who raised me, the man who saved me. Our society is poison, literally poison, spider poison. It's built up about destruction, about tearing things down. Nothing will change. The only thing that can change is the light of Lathander coming to burn out all the dark places and incinerate the society that has served neither of us well.
She looks around, very alert. Larez, they heard you speak this way. This tantrum is fine with me, but good Lord, keep it down.
It's
gotten into?
It's no tantrum. It's prophecy.
I'm going to say you don't take 2 psychic damage. Beck.
Choice.
Choice.
So, have you seen Godfried and Adelaide? I kind of have to talk to them.
You mean mom and dad? Call them mom and dad.
Oh, that's so funny. I've just been calling Alma and Marcus mom and dad lately, but like, I guess. So, since you're here, what do you? I'm thinking about taking like a semester or 2 off, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Because like school's like so boring, and I'm so flustered. And planning the wedding, like it's a lot.
Yeah. How is Stuart?
Oh, he's so good. Thank you for asking. He remembers your name most of the time. I was thinking about dipping a level or 2 into Bard. Stuart and I were talking about starting a band. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would probably. You know what? You always say you have to follow your bliss. Am I right?
I am right. Take 2 psychic damage.
Yeah. No. I'm surprised it's not more.
Baergin.
Bring it on, miss!
It is trying its damnedest. You briefly see the image of Tansy Whitebread flicker in and out.
Oh, damn it.
And like a herd of flying hogs, and that's caused you some misfortune. But then it's like, no. Wait. And it briefly shows you Faye lying in the mist. And you remember some endeavor of having to travel with her, but it's still like, it's not my best work. Wait. Take 1 psychic damage. Do you have any shit to talk to the mist or anything before?
He's just like... He's like spinning in circles, flipping it off everywhere.
Awesome. Ishnot. You are there weeping in front of Telhana, but you've given her some what businesses it is of yours. Would you like to speak first this time?
I think
Is now
Ishnot
pregnant.
I think Ishnot is more of in a like reactory
Okay.
mode right now.
Give me a charisma save. Or wisdom. I will give you the choice.
20.
Okay. Suddenly there is a little girl standing next to her. And she is holding her hand. Telhana's hand. And she smiles at you and seems to start to fade away. And the last, you can hear her voice speak as you kind of fade, and the mist kind of does that little weird ripple again. And she says, I named her Vahir. Vilhan doesn't know its true meaning. We'll get back to you. Larez. Your sister is still kind of like looking around like, what is this blasphemy? She says, do not make me command you, brother. It is unbecoming a family.
None command me, but Lathander, light of his truth. I'm sorry, Naraknis. I'm sorry. I had to go one way, I knew the other. We were children. We were following the instructions of our servants, who very likely became the food of the very things they sent us from. It is their sacrifice and the sacrifice of the man that found me, who's devoted to the morning when I was at my lowest, that's brought me here alive. I am in the most adverse situation I could ever be, aside from being down in Menzo Baranzan. But different. This surface will kill me if I'm unprotected, and I thrive here.
She begins to respond and is speaking, but you don't hear it. She's talking and indignant in her response and imperious. But you don't hear her words. You hear Larez. Take faith. Do not be fooled or deceived by these visions. Let Lathander's light guide you and your companions from this dread place. And a light appears behind you that your sister shrinks from as you are able to turn and fade from the mist.
Fantastic.
So, Becky. So, I hear Omen Drawn has some positions opening up.
Yeah, why wouldn't you go work for the guy who ruined our lives?
Well, I'm just saying, do you think like he'd want like a bard wizard or like a straight wizard?
He has Jim Dark Magic.
Oh, that's true. I should totally go bard. Take 4 points of psychic damage?
No. Losing HP hand over fist over here, guys. This is the worst.
Baergin.
Yep.
As you're just kind of like, fucking what, miss? Fucking what? A very handsome figure, seemingly cut from pure darkness, but just like shirt unnecessarily open, like romance cover open, you'd say.
Wait, what's Fianti doing here?
Oh dear. It appears this is another dark place I need to lead you from. We must stop meeting like this, dear heart. He extends his hand to you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Baergin just kind of wordlessly takes it.
And he leads him from the mists.
Oh, shit.
The three of you kind of reappear, looking at Baergin, who is just like hands on his hips, upset, but like keeping it together, but seems to be like, why wouldn't you? Yeah. Would anyone like to help a brother out?
The brother being
our young Beck here.
Yeah, absolutely. I cast dancing lights in the mist.
Okay.
I say, Beckett, follow the light. Come to us.
Yes, and it gets that weird, like, don't turn on your high beams in fog kind of appearance, but it absolutely illuminates. And Beck, you were surrounded in light, and your sister just drowns out. She's just like, what other awful things can I say? And how else can I be the worst? And it just kind of like, you're almost blinded for a second, and as you blink it away, your new companions are surrounding you.
I don't want to talk about it. I mean, no, thank you, friends.
Yeah, you can probably easily presume just from the remainders of the components that Larez in specific, your new best friend, has helped guide you from your nightmare sister.
Thank you, Larez. May Lathander warm our paths and shine the way forward.
Aye. Thank you, and may Mistra provide surprise to our advantage.
I don't wear a hat. I doff my hood at you.
Your hood.
You take it off. You take the coif off. It gets halfway. It pulls your hair.
Oh, no.
Not great.
Yeah, let me help you with that.
Thank you. And then I
Like while you guys are doing that, like I feel like you could see Baergin just sort of like pipe beneath his glasses really quick. Can we get out of here now?
Ishnot is very visibly upset, and to kind of hide everything, but in a totally like toddler throwing a temper tantrum kind of way, she's gonna cast fog cloud on herself.
The mist
Don't
gets
need more fog.
really thick around Ishnot.
So you see like her markings on her skin kind of start to like emit like a steam or a fog, and she just kind of like blankets herself in the fog. It's fine, don't worry about it.
So you like have a rain cloud over you, basically. Kind of thing.
I'm kind of a fog person, if you can imagine that now.
Like fantasy Pigpen from...
Right. Cleaner Pigpen.
Yeah.
You're damp.
Yeah, it's cleansing in itself, yeah. Any further interactions, or should we on to Mount?
Let's on together. If you need to come out of your cloud and talk, I know you listen to a lot of people, but I've got good ears as well.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And on through the valley you go without further hindrance. The mist even seems to like part a little bit as you guys proceed. It's never quite disparate entirely. It doesn't disappear entirely, but it does seem to... Your vision gets a little further. It seems to be like, all right, fine. Or mist riddle, I guess. And you soon come to the foot of the gentle slopes of what you presume to be Mount Death. A path winding its way before you.
Is it not foreboding at all? Is it actually quite pleasant to look at? Or
when I say gentle, I only mean that the incline is not so steep. It is entirely travelable. It's even not particularly... You wouldn't say that high. It's not snow-capped in particular. It's up there, but you can even see green patches and such up there where maybe some goats find their play. And to your left, there is a small glade. And without a perception check, you can see a sign marking the beginning of the path and the ending of the valley that says, named for Viscount Francois Despair. So you've got a little... I had a lot of fun, you guys. So to your left is this glade, and ahead of you is this path. Would you like to investigate either in particular before you proceed?
I'm trying to remember. Did Agatha say there was any step after the...
There was no mention of any glade. It was simply... it was simply onto the Mountain of Death, but...
Can I do like any kind of check about the glade? Like
This is Dungeons and Dragons. You may do any check you may do nature, you may do arcana,
I want to do an arcana check on that glade.
Sure you do. Yeah.
Hey Jerry. No.
I don't mind cribbing that line. 13? Does anyone else want to make a check?
Arcana.
My check wasn't great.
Arcana. Nature is appropriate. Even perception or investigation might tell you something.
16 Arcana.
Okay.
I'll do a perception.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
I rolled a 3 religion.
Okay.
Just on the off chance.
Right. No. You do not feel like there's any religious significance to this. You can write that one right off. Baergin, there's definitely some kind of hoodoo about this here lake. It's kind of beckons to you as well as having some kind of like, it's just the feeling in the air is eerie, maybe it's coming from the mists, and then you see a sign. And it says the Glade of Long Rest. And under it, it says named after Duke Vivian von Longrest. I almost got through it. Hold on. Take 2. Named after Duke Vivian. Nope. the whole joke. I'm not pleased with myself at all. You're pleased with yourself. And with a 16, you believe that perhaps by drinking and short resting at this glade, you would in fact gain the benefits of a long rest. Which you guys have been very conservative so far. I expect you guys to be pecked to death by harpies by now, but
I'm probably the
Diplomacy.
most down. I took a lot of psychic damage.
Well,
yeah.
Let's take a short rest then. Let's take a short rest.
I'm fine with that.
No spell slots. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
Then yeah, you can simply heal to full. I think is the only thing waiting for you. Key points would be regained. You can gain some spells, but again, you guys have very socially navigated.
Did Ishnot use your water Genasi? Is that a once a day thing? The fog cloud?
Oh, if so, yes, you will gain that back.
That's recharged, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I will be.
That's actually a druid spell, I believe.
Oh, it's not a
Oh.
water genasi.
But then you would get the spell slot back.
Yeah, water genasi get shape water, cantrip, and create or destroy water
Okay,
for once
that
a
makes
day.
sense. Okay.
Triton's good fog cloud.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. And you might get it later, but okay. Well then, after a short drink and just to sit by the water, there is little left but the winding path to Mount Death.
Ishnot will take out a flask and scoop some of the water
Okay.
to save for
Good
later.
thinking. Yeah.
Okay. I will take point if no one has any objections.
Mm-hmm.
Rapier and shield. Helm on. Scanning the path before us.
Any other special orders?
Okay. I'm going to make some presumptions. The wizard is squishy.
Mm-hmm.
Middle-ish marching order.
Mm-hmm.
From what I can tell about Ishnot, she can totally handle herself. So really anywhere, but I can take up the rear. I'm heavily armored. I got spells and range. I can heal.
You seem to
good
scare
eyes.
easy. Maybe I should take up the rear.
I'm very brave. I can. I mean, I'll stand in the middle. I'll stand behind the knight.
He flinched when he said he's really brave.
And by this time, Ishnot has dropped the fog cloud and she's acting like nothing ever happened.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
During the short rest, I probably would have been praying to myself about spells, so it's cool.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'll take the middle-ish.
Specifically, any druid spells or cleric spells. Yes, if you feel any need to switch anything out, you may have done so during that time. That's a good point. Whether that was the point you were making or not.
I don't like that cliff. Let me see if there are any druid spells about getting back up, or cleric spells about getting back up that cliff.
Enhance ability, maybe.
Oh yeah.
That's a good spell.
I don't know what you'd sacrifice for it, but it is a very good spell.
I kind of like this spell. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
If I fall,
I'm good.
I fall. I can heal myself.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so you guys begin the long, winding way up Mount Death. And it's surprisingly gradual and not at all no skill challenge to be assigned. It's just kind of, we're just walking. You can see the way to the next bend, and you go to that, and then you can see your next leg, and it's a pretty easy walk up Mount Death. It's actually quite pleasant.
There's no animals, no birds.
Still no. Yeah, there's still that kind of eerie lack of wildlife. You see some birds kind of flutter in the distance enough to know that they still exist. There just seems to be a very eerie quiet to this one shot.
Well, it is called Death Mountain. Why would animals?
I mean,
live
you might
there?
want to avoid it if you're a bird. You don't hear good things.
Probably a one shot. Death
Yeah.
is usually a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, at this level at least, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Guys, I don't have diamonds or the spell slots.
Yeah.
We'll make it. It'll happen.
I think we'll
Okay. So moving up.
Yeah. Moving on up, and it actually again. There's some grass up here, and you can kind of see. You start to see a small cave mouth at the very tip of the mountain. But there's kind of like it stops being mostly rock and starts being this kind of loamy, peaty grass again. And you see a young girl kind of picking at some mountain flowers who sees you coming and takes off up the mountain towards the cave.
How far?
How
away
fast is she going? Right.
She's got the high ground, Anakin. So she sees you coming from
We're fucked then. Sorry, guys.
yeah, like a good 300 feet away
Okay.
or yards even. Before she just she looks up, she's spooked, and she bolts up towards the cave. It'll take a couple rounds to get there, but she will kind of start talking at the cave as you guys presumably continue, or you may take any action you wish. This is Dungeons and Dragons.
I'd like to go after her. Presumably she is our princess. Did she look 13-ish?
She looked a young lass.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd call her a wee bairn, perhaps.
It's a very specific kind of word.
Yeah.
So I presume this is who we were looking for, and I don't have any spells that can affect her at this range.
Yeah.
All my plans went out the window. So
Okay.
I used a key point to dash towards her. Could I get pretty close, or is it still a pretty
You could
sizable
close the
distance?
distance better than any other in this party for sure, but you would still fall a little short since she had a pretty good lead on you, though she has short legs. If you'd all like to hurry up, you would take the lead, but not systemically significant as so much as to catch her before she gets to the cave.
Okay.
She had
I'm
like a
definitely going to double move up the hill.
Okay.
Before
I'm
the res
gonna dash after her.
moves away from me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Oh no, I can dash. Oh, and he doesn't even have to be next to me. I say, may Mistra forever hold you in your in her grace, and I cast Shield of Faith on Lorez, so he has +2 armor class.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
That's gonna make you hard as hell to hit. Yeah,
Thank you. Yes.
That's a spell slot. Okay.
nice.
Shield of Faith. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, and as you guys are broadly dashing to get up there, are you spending that key point, Ishnot?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you will take the lead somewhat effortlessly, though you'll get to 30 to 40 feet ahead of the group, not so much that it's untenable, but you guys book it on up this hill enough to just kind of catch the faintest edge of her being like, Mr. Arjun, we got company. And then she turns around, she's like, what do y'all want? Get out.
Are we within 30 feet of her at this point?
I would say you guys are closer to shouting distance, so it's 90 feet, but you can easily close
okay.
to 60 within just naturally walking towards her, and up to 30 by dashing again for another turn.
Okay. I would like to cast Message to her
Okay.
and say, this is your conscience. You really should go with these nice adventurers. It's clearly in a man's voice.
Yeah.
This is your conscience.
And she can respond.
She can respond.
This ain't my conscience. No, all my conscience. It's like you just leave Mr.
Sorry, what did you say? You cut out for a second for me.
You just leave me and Mr. Arjun alone. It don't matter. He's bona fide.
Oh no. Oh, honey.
Oh, where's Dance Lab when you need her?
Yeah. She'd have words.
Maybe in the cave.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe she's Mr. Argent. She's good by a lot of stage names sometimes.
Okay, so is she motionless? Is she hiding? Is
She's standing outside of the cave, and she's just kind of like balled up little fists at you guys, telling you to get.
What was the name of the baron we were looking for?
Princess.
Princess, that's right. Hold on, are you Princess?
Of course I am. What, did Nan send you after me? I'm fine. We're fine. We're going to go to a big city and have a good life. We're going to have a happily ever after. It's fine.
I keep coming steadily up the
Okay.
as we're talking. Your Nan sent us to receive you. She says you're in mortal danger from a bright man.
That's Mr. Argent. He's very pretty, and he's fine. We're fine. We're fine here on Mount Death.
Think
Almost
about
got
what
it.
you just said, please. Listen to reason.
I'm listening. The only reason I need to know. Nan just wants me because my hands are tiny and I can pull a good stitch. But you know what? Mr. Argent sees my true potential, and we're going to go off and we're going to be famous and have happily ever after. I tell you what.
What is it that Mr. Argent has told you?
That I'm pretty and special and talented, and that I can be whatever I want.
Oh, honey. He is lying to you.
Are you telling me I'm not pretty, special, and all that? Well, that's rude, and you're on my lawn.
Now's your chance, lad.
Well, okay. I'm trying to be nice. I mean, like, I'm not saying, but life doesn't
Mr.
work out
Argent,
the
they're
way
not
we
going
want
away.
sometimes. What?
Says Mr. Argent, they're not going away.
No need to call your boyfriend
Listen,
Dad.
Princess. You are wonderful and all those things, and you don't need some stupid bright man telling you these things.
Yeah, see? Oh, what was the second part?
If you want your Nan to respect you and understand this, you have to come back and tell her this yourself.
Well, how come when she didn't want to be a carter and she wanted to be a weaver, that was, and when I don't want, that's not fine. We're not talking about that.
I think you should speak with her about it. I think it's important that she hear those words from you directly. And the only way that can happen is if you come with us.
I mean, let me tell you, you're going to have to tell her this yourself, because otherwise it's never going to end. Even if we go away, she's just going to kill another chicken and bring more people after you. And then whoever this Argent is, who knows what he's going to do about it.
He's Mr. Argent. He's bona fide. Did she kill a chicken at the crossroads? Well, that seems extreme.
That's what I thought.
Ishnot will get down like on her knees, like when you're trying to approach like a dog that's really like skittish, or like a child, like get down on her level and be like, "Child, it seems like your Nan is quite worried about you, quite concerned. Maybe it's best that you explain things yourself instead of running away from your problems."
But she don't understand. Mr. Argent, he loves me, and we're going to go in. Inside this cave, you hear a very loud breathing that then kind of subsides into a dark figure emerging from the mouth of the cave with long silver hair, just crystal blue eyes, dressed all in darks, little silver piping and dark blue and blacks. And he just kind of stretches as he comes out. Princess, what is all this fuss? Who are these visitors? Well, they're strangers. They come on Mount Death from the valley, and Nan sent them, and she's just trying to take me away, probably. Chicken and summon help. Well, I don't know how you country people do it, but here we are. Can I help you, strangers? I believe she's already given you her answer.
We're here representing her family. They're concerned about their wee bairn disappearing into the night. It's a stranger. That would be you.
Well, I've been called worse, but as you can see, Princess is no prisoner. She's come here of her own accord. Haven't you, Princess? Yeah, Mr. Argent, I have. Anyone like an insight check?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, 22.
Well, that's probably going to tell you everything you need to know. But anyone else get any good numbers?
13.
No.
Okay. Yeah, there's just something that doesn't seem to connect the wheel, the steering wheel to the wheels here. And her eyes are sparkling blue.
Mm.
Can I cast a spell?
You may. What are the components of it? Specifically, I need to know, do you need to speak aloud?
I do need to speak aloud.
Okay. That's all I need to know. You may cast a spell.
Can he make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Ooh. He may. I have a feeling we're going to be rolling initiative very soon, so just everyone be ready for that.
Sorry if that forces
Nah, it's
anyone's
alright. I'm
hand,
about to burn
but-
this motherfucker, so it's fine.
Okay, he actually gets some pluses on that. Will a 14 clear it?
That is my space save DC. Damn it. Okay, well, he knows he was attempted to be suggested, I think.
Okay. How are you phrasing the suggestion?
My
'Cause I do think-
suggestion was, you will tell her she isn't special and let her go.
Okay. Now, why would I do that?
Because I told you to by Mistra.
Princess is very special, aren't you, my dear? A dagger appears in her hand, silver and ornate, and she says, yes, Argenthrax, I am. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Argenthrax.
That's not good for you guys.
I got 14.
Okay.
18 for me.
20.
Nice.
Is a 3 good?
It's not. 2018 for Ishnot.
Mm-hmm.
Lorez, what were you again?
14.
Okay.
I'm going tomorrow. Don't worry about it, guys.
Maybe you'll get a long rest out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody gets hurt, I can heal them.
That's good.
Is that right? Ooh, that's not. Oh, shit. Even Princess beat you, and she rolled a 2.
I also rolled a 2. I'm just not very dexterous.
Okay. Right, and then does he have an opening move? Yes, he does. Mr. Argent, or you've briefly heard Argenthrax, eyes glisten as he looks across all of you and says, please, let's not let this get ugly. Everyone make charisma saves.
Shit.
If you are attracted to boys, it is harder than if you are not.
So what does that mean for me then?
Just when you tell me your results, I'll tell you if you passed or not. But I'm just letting you know.
Is it a wisdom save, you said?
Very handsome boy.
It's a charisma.
Charisma, okay.
That would be a 17.
All right.
Dirty 20.
19? Jeez, Lorez. Tell me you did as well.
No, I did not.
What'd you get?
Larez rolled a 11.
Okay. Larez might be finding some things out about himself because he's the only one paralyzed. Ishnot, you are for sure. You know what? You've done enough emotion today. You don't need this guy. Baergin, someone's already got your heart. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Beck, shit, you're not impressed.
No, he's a sleazeball.
But Larez, for whatever reason, you are just very transfixed by this man. He's not making sense. You're still like, it's almost in awe, like in the biblical sense, kind of like you want to see what this MFer does next before you make your next move, maybe. But you are just stock still for a turn.
Okay.
Let's see. Baergin.
Yes.
As
wait, is this a charm?
No. It is not technically. Though I'm voicing it as a charm, it is not. What he has just done is different than that.
Okay. So I forgot.
But good looking
I'm
out. No,
Fey because I have advantage on save versus charm. So
that's good looking out. A chill wind takes over the mountain and breezes over all of you. Everyone take 1 cold damage.
Rude.
That's on 20. Speak of 20, Baergin, it's your turn.
Oh shit!
Oh, I cast Firebolt. Okay, it says make a ranged spell attack. What does that actually do?
What? Firebolt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just roll a d20 and add your spell attack bonus.
Son of a bitch. 8.
13.
8 is not gonna do it.
God damn it.
You send it, and he just isn't where the firebolt was.
Bullshit. Actually, it's really on brand for Baergin, so it's fine.
The wind. Do you have any move or bonus that you'd like to take?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfectly valid. Ishnot.
Okay, so you said it was 1 cold damage?
You took 1 cold damage, yes.
Okay, as a reaction to that, she's going to absorb elements.
Ooh. Yeah, good enough. And I will say, since it's 1, just take no cold damage, and yes, you get the benefit of cold damage on your next thing.
And an extra 1d6. All right, type. How close is she to him? Could I get up in his face and do some damage?
Yeah, for ease of moving things along, yeah. You were within 30 to 35 feet, whatever you get.
Cool beans. All right. So she
actually, you probably get more than that because you're a monk, right? You get some ridiculous amount.
Yeah, I'm at 40, I think.
Okay, 30's fine. That way everybody can get there if you need it.
Okay. So she's going to run up and, I guess, spend some key points to do some unarmed strikes.
You get unarmed strikes for free. If you'd like to do an additional unarmed strike, you spend the key point. So you can attack, unarmed strike, and then if you want to do an additional unarmed strike, that's when the key point comes in.
Okay.
And then depending on what kind of monk you are, it might do something else if you spend a key point.
Okay.
But
sorry, I'm new at this monk stuff.
Drunken master. I don't want to.
Yeah, drunken monkeys get some interesting things, but I don't think much on the flurry.
I think it's a lot of reaction-y stuff.
It's a lot of reaction-y stuff.
They're super cool.
You might be able to do the cool thing where you make someone hit someone else, though.
Let's see. Okay, so I guess. So can the attack be like any kind of attack? Like, could I do like a spell attack and then bop him with some unarmed strikes?
I don't believe so. I think it has to be a monk weapon.
Okay.
And then an unarmed strike. You can instead cast a spell, but then you don't get the follow-ups.
Okay. She's just going to. I guess she's just going to go up and attack him with her dagger. Then.
Okay. Sure.
And oh god. Well, that's a 6. I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
That does not hit. And again,
Okay.
he's simply not where the dagger is. But you get the free unarmed attack. And actually,
Okay,
if you
cool.
take a flurry of blows, you can disengage for free. It is part of the drunken technique.
Okay, tight. So I'll do that then.
Okay. Spend the key point.
So I'll do the. So I do the unarmed strike first, then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That'll be a 20.
20's gonna hit.
Okay. And so 1d4 plus a d6.
Oh right. Yeah. Tight.
Oh, right. I was like, what?
Oh god. Okay. That'll be 6 damage total.
Give them to me separately.
Oh, I don't like that.
It was the one was the cold damage, and 3 was the unarmed strike, and
Okay,
then
so-
plus 2 for the unarmed strike.
Okay, so 5 was unarmed, 1 was cold.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
He takes 5 damage.
Oh, okay. Duly noted.
You do not feel as if the colds affected him at all. In fact, he's slightly cold himself, you would say.
Okay.
That rolls out one of my spells. Okay.
And then I'll do the flurry of blows to disengage, then I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you took 2 melee attacks?
You get 2 melee attacks.
Oh.
So
I
take the
get
second
another
melee
one.
attack first, and then, you get a free disengage, and you can move. We're kind of paying this fast and loose, but you can move at least 10 feet away from him.
Okay, so then a 21 will hit.
Yeah, for sure it'll hit.
Okay. And then 4 more damage then.
Okay. Okay, you tag him twice with the hands, and he just seems like he has never been hit in his life and seems very confused. And then you kind of manage to, he almost reaches for you to do an attack of opportunity, but you've just kind of you move unpredictably enough that as you scatter back, he's like, no, you were, wait. And he doesn't want to look uncool trying too hard, so he's like, it's fine. I could have got it.
She kind of swaggers backwards and then in the same motion takes out a drink and pops one real quick.
Perfect.
Nice.
Lorez, it is your turn.
So I just can't move? Is that right?
Yeah, shit, that's right. You're paralyzed. And specifically paralyzed. So I'm in the wrong book, but I believe that means you kind of can't do anything. I don't even think you can speak. I think this just happened to you in the last game, too. I do not think so. And I'm close to it, but I don't have that part marked. Paralyzed. Paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak. You automatically fail strength or dex rolls. Attacks against you have disadvantage or have advantage. And it's an auto crit if you get hit.
And incapacitated means you can't take actions. So it's you can't take
Right.
actions, you can't move, and you can't speak.
Yeah. No, sorry. It's a... Oh, but actually, you do get to re-roll the save.
Okay. This was charisma?
Yes.
I did better.
Yeah, you even get... You're proficient.
I am. So in
Yeah.
charisma, yeah. So my save, I have 22 this time.
Okay. You snap out of it. Unfortunately, it's at the end of your turn.
That's fine.
Yeah, it was just an unlucky first roll for you.
And how close am I to Johnny here?
30 feet.
Okay. Thank you.
It's Princess's turn. And she says, I told y'all to leave us alone. And there's just this weird look in her face as she holds up this dagger. And ice seems to coalesce around her chest and kind of form almost like Grecian, kind of like that little war skirt. And she forms an armor of ice. as she steps in front of Mr. Argent. To mark that down.
What I'm doing this.
Don't worry about it. And that is her turn. Beck.
I'll say, really? You're gonna use her as a shield? And cast magic missile around her to hit him.
Anime strikes. Yeah, for sure.
Move.
First level.
Ooh, yeah, first level.
Okay,
So-
3d4 plus 1 each.
5, 10, 13 force damage.
Nice.
Very nice. And she is like, she's standing there kind of like seething and on edge and watching you, and these things just find a way. Yep. And again, he's like, oh my God, it's so rude. Why are we doing this? Do you have any bonuses, etc.?
I believe in you all. That's it.
No benefit to it, but Beck believes in you.
Yep. Wait.
Okay.
If I wanted to make like an Arcana check to determine what maybe kind of creature he is that a full action?
I will give you a different benefit for trying to do it on the fly. So go ahead and roll the check, and we'll talk about what you feel.
8.
Is it not great good? It's not. No, this guy could just be on any level of spectrums, and you're mostly book learning. You're fresh out on the road, so you don't have the practical experience. Hey, don't worry, though. He's about to tell you.
Oh.
As Mr. Argent, a.k.a. Argent Thrax, has been so identified, says, well, I didn't want this to get ugly. Did I? And wings kind of sprout out of his back. And he falls down on all fours, and his neck elongates, and a long kind of beak-like protrusion, as where Mr. Argent was standing is a surprisingly small silver dragon.
Oh, snap.
It's just a little baby. Just a little baby dragon. But it looks pretty pissed off with just glistening blue eyes, and y'all are trying to take his weirdo country bride from him, apparently.
Don't kidnap 13-year-olds, you weirdo.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm not your
Don't
mother.
be a
that's fair.
pedophile.
I'm not a wormling anymore, Mom. And he will advance on our young Ishnot and start doing him some swipes.
Mm.
He bites at you with his silvered head and does a math hit you? Hold on, 13 hit you?
No.
Okay. In frustration, he rakes out with a claw. Ooh, does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. So then he will do a slash for 10 damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And he seems very annoyed that you punched him. Somehow more incensed than getting magic missiled was the fact that you struck him.
Good, I see you're angry.
Can't you see my magnificence? Then on initiative 20, a fog cloud rolls across the mountaintop, making it very difficult to see.
Oh.
Well.
Obscuring both Argent Thrax and Princess, as well as most of you. Kind of only you have a fairly decent memory of where everyone is, but it will make things difficult. Baergin, it's your turn.
I would like to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Is the fog going to affect that?
It will give you disadvantage per ray, but you get 3 of them, so you might still like your chances.
Do I have to? Okay. Do I have to roll the ranged spell attack for each ray?
With Scorching Ray in particular, yes. You make
Okay.
3 spell attacks. You make 3 spell attacks at disadvantage, but that's 6 rolls. You might still luck out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could get 4 credits.
It can't be unheard of.
I like the echo.
Okay, so my lowest ones is going to be a 9, an 8, and a 14.
14 misses, and that was your best.
Bitch.
So you just kind of zip, zip, zip. Let's roll a percentile dice.
Okay.
I don't like that at all.
Sure. Great.
What's wrong with that? Nah, that's pretty good. Nah, they fly wide. It's gonna see how much you hit Princess or not. But actually, you were aiming towards him. You were likelier to hit. It's not. So, but no, you cleared the arbitrary check I just made up just now.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Any bonuses? Any movement? Do you want to try and get further into the fog in any way, or?
No, I'm a squishy. I don't want to get any closer, really.
That's why.
I don't know. Would I have less of a disadvantage if I was a little closer?
If you were adjacent to him, I would say you would be able to physically attack him. That's Baergin's strong suit, right?
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm staying right here.
No? You're not like a war wizard?
Come
He just
on.
loves it and karate chops it.
Enhance ability and give yourself
Yeah. Strength of the bull or whatever.
bull strength. Yeah.
Yeah. Ishnot, it's your turn.
Okay. So she's going to cast Create or Destroy Water.
Okay.
So she's going to try and dispel this fog. And I was also wondering, would that affect her ice armor at all?
What is the area of effect?
30-foot cube.
Ooh. I like it so goddamn much. We're gonna say, but okay, the fog. I'll allow it. I like it. That's just gonna disintegrate. Gotta make some kind of check though to dispel another magic effect with it. So, oh man, I don't even know what to make you make.
To dispel magic
Yeah,
check.
like just make a
Yeah.
spell check thing.
Yeah, roll your spell attack.
Okay. Ooh. I get a +1.
Okay.
16.
Even allowing for the fact that she cast it at a higher level. Wow, how pissed is she? Yes, her armor just, this spectral cold armor just kind of melts, and it doesn't even bother to melt. It just kind of goes away. I only get 2 of them a day, goddammit. You can't just be spilling spells.
Good job.
Yeah. The best usage, I think, of Destroy Water on record. You will submit
Yeah,
that
that
to
was
Guinness and
incredible.
see where it comes up, but I like your shot. Is that an action or a bonus?
That's an action,
Okay. Still,
unfortunately.
It's a great action.
yeah, that was a pretty great action. You can't disengage, but would you like to move away? Would you like to do anything with your movement, or do you have any bonuses to speak of? Right, we're running that
So-
right, Andy, right? Like she doesn't get a bonus action at unarmed strike just cuz, right?
She has to make a monk weapon
Okay.
attack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it says
triggers
after
off
I
the-
use the attack action.
Okay.
So what advantage does dodge give me?
Oh, it's a good one. He or she or anyone would have disadvantage to try to attack you for the next round. You get a full round of disadvantage on all attacks.
It's good.
Okay, tight. I'll spend a key point to engage in dodge actively.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm gonna stay up by him though.
Okay. Yeah. Just kind of drunkenly swaying near him, and he's just gonna stop.
Like a cat with a laser light.
He like pretends he doesn't care for a second, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't though." Lorez.
Okay, so I'm going to charge up through the fog. Or the fog's dissipated, right?
It is dissipated in a large enough swath. I'm not comparing fog size to destroy water size, but it's enough that you get a clear line of sight.
Great. I vault straight for this dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a bonus action to activate Searing Smite.
Okay, yeah, do it.
And I'm going to haul and hit.
Okay.
Oh, 18 plus 6, 24.
I can tell you already a hit, yeah.
Great. And I'm going to also...
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that?
Can you smite?
Yeah, I did a bonus action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can stack smites.
So, yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, if you smite before, you can then burn smites. Yeah, it's really neat.
So that it's 2 die. Let me pull out the spell.
Because Searing Smite's not actually smite.
No, it's a bonus.
Keyword
Yeah.
smite. Yeah, it's a neat way. It's a neat workaround.
Okay, so 1 die 6 extra, and then at the start of each of its turns until the spell ends, the target must make a con save. On a failed save, it takes 1 die 6 fire.
Okay.
And if a target or a creature within 5 uses an action to put out the flames, they can. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to roll that and this, and then an extra D8 for my smite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So fire, slashing, piercing, and radiant damage.
Okay, you can give them all to me as a lump sum.
Okay, great. Oh man, did I roll badly?
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I do get a bonus to the piercing, so, but it's only 9 damage total.
Okay.
No, sorry, 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. Pretty good still. And could have been better, but damage is damage.
Better. Damage is damage. Do I get a sense the fire affects it readily?
It does not do any extra damage. No, it does full damage though.
Okay, good to know.
And it will be making con checks to avoid an additional 1d6. Is that true?
That's right. Yep, at the start of each of its turns.
Okay.
Thank you. Done.
Okay.
And I want to be right next to Ishnot.
Okay.
So that if also the disadvantage. Well, actually, it's not. Me being close imposes a disadvantage on a reaction on an attack.
You want to be within protect range, absolutely.
Right, but she's
dodging,
also she's dodging already. But we'll see what happens.
Well, if anyone else moves up, you can still be
right.
It ain't bad. Make a perception check. How you do?
That is 17.
Okay, that's pretty good. Within the cave, you can see just the littlest hoard. It's not great, but it is a collection of coins. But in it, you do see a shining blade. FYI, seems about longsword size.
Ooh.
Princess's turn. Oh man, you really undid the thing she liked the most. Nah, she knows better than to do that. She is going to say, Argenthrax, empower me, and shoot a blast of silvery light just wide out across the hill. Don't even know who she was aiming at. Just like,
but it looks amazing. It's like
it's great. It's a great effect. But don't worry about it. Apparently, Beck, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of flick my hand out towards them, and a giant floating ghostly book will appear as I cast Spiritual Weapon and slam the dragon with it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Do it. This is all bonus action too, so
15 to hit?
15 does not hit the dragon.
Well, my book's out there.
Your book's out there though, and it's not concentration, so you got a lot of things going.
And then I'll say, well, fine. And cast Guiding Bolt at him.
Yeah, well, if at first you don't succeed.
At second level, I'm casting Guiding Bolt. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. That's that good bolt.
Is a 1 bad?
Well, but it's a 1 at second level, so.
Yeah, it's still trash. It says trash. Throw yourself out. Wait in the car. So.
I feel like I had such a good turn in my head, and then it was just garbage.
No.
I'm feeling
Everything you did was prime material, and you're just a garbage human being who can't roll dice. That's not me. That's Mike Merle says that.
Sure, sure.
It's literally written in the rules.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
Can't
up.
argue with the book.
I'm gonna look up and say, Mistra, Our Lady of All Spells. What the hell? And end my turn.
She prefers arcane spells. Think about that.
Okay, well.
You know.
Cast Magic Missile again next time.
All right, it's back up to Argenthrax. The little bitty silver dragon who is now surrounded in targets. He's still somehow more incensed at the physical punches. They're really in his head. So he's going to do a bite, and I have a feeling that he's going to do a bite. That's 24.
Ooh, yeah, that hits.
Okay.
If you're at me, that is.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's an additional 10 points of damage.
Ouch.
Did he make his save?
He did not do it at disadvantage. I apologize. Before you take that damage, well, does a 20 hit?
Yes.
All right. Still take the damage. And you were dodging, so either way that should have gone off. But still, the protect is good.
Oh, but Lorez's Searing Smite. That's...
Yeah,
let's do a con save. He's okay. Ooh. He is okay at con, but not that good at con. So he will take it's just 1d6 straight?
Yep.
Okay, he takes
fire.
3 points of fire damage.
And he's still smoldering.
Yes. He continues to... He can't quite find the spot. It's kind of... You hit him right here, where he's just out. Lorez, he's begun to see you as the cause of more fortune than not, so he's going to do a slash. And he's going to do much worse. Ishnot wishes he rolled that against her, but did not. So he takes a slash, and just with your, it's not quite the protect act reaction, but you just managed to deflect him off the shield of just not today, worm. As on initiative 20, a cold wind blows over, dispersing whatever was left of that fog that he found to be fucking useless. And everyone take 1 cold damage. And Baergin, it's your turn.
Okay, am I aware of that sword that's in the hoard pile?
You may also make a perception check. Now, there's no fog in your way. You got a pretty good vantage back here in your sunglasses and your hat.
Natural 20.
Okay,
nice.
Yes. Hey, there's a shiny sword in there.
Great, I'm going to cast Unseen Servant and tell it to go get that sword.
Okay. What's the range on Unseen Servant? It's pretty good, right? Yeah.
So it's 60 feet, yeah. So
okay. And it's mysteriously less than 5 pounds or whatever you need. So yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What's your Unseen Servant's name?
Jerry.
Jerry.
Imagine, if you will, a dark Unseen Servant.
And you can't because it's unseen. But
Now imagine the opposite of that. Now throw that out the window.
imagine
can't see him.
Servant. Now imagine the opposite of that. Now imagine that. Yeah, your unseen servant has a magical plan on doing it. It's magic, by the way.
I wanted the unseen servant to give the sword to Lorez.
All right. I actually need some stats to see how far it can get, but I think you can cast it up to however many feet out, and then it can move however many feet. So
yeah, it says it can move up to 15 feet.
All right, it's getting there.
So that's my turn. Basically, I cast it, tell it to get the sword, and I'm telling it to come make its way back.
Lorez, Lathander is bringing you that sword.
It's floating.
It's just coming to you. Yeah, there's nothing. What other explanation is there?
I can't hit shit, but I can do this.
Fair enough.
I like it.
Ishnot, what you got?
Ugh, she's looking a little worse for wear here, but
She's taking some hits. Does she have any intoxicant potions that also heal?
Well, she did pick up that water earlier.
She did pick up that water, and I actually meant to tell you this before the stream and completely blanked out and forgot. I actually was going to give you some healing potions because that's part of your backstory. So if you would like a healing potion, you've got one.
Okay, yeah, she'll pop some brew.
Okay. How we run it and how it is commonly run, if you give yourself one, it's a bonus action. If you give someone else one, it's an action. So you may use a bonus action to take a regular healing potion.
Tight. She will do that then.
Okay, that's 2d4 plus 2, right? I always think that sounds too low, but that's pretty regular.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
2d4 plus 2. Oh, shoot, I dropped a d4. Oh.
Don't step on it.
Cool.
That'll be
Totally caltrops.
5 points.
5?
Back.
All right, you get 5 back.
Yay!
How low are you?
14.
Okay.
You're down 14 or you're down 214?
I'm down to 14 from 30.
I will come heal you on my turn.
Yeah, you got a couple healers nearby.
I'm right next to you too. Yeah, I can tag in. But that's an action.
So she's gonna go ahead and I guess keep bopping him because that's all she knows how to do.
Boop him on the snoot.
Okay. Yeah. So she's gonna tap him with her dagger.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 conventionally hits many things, yeah.
All right, cool. So then that'll be 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I don't get anything extra because I've already used my bonus action, right?
Is that true, Andrew? I am deferring to you as the one who plays a monk most recently.
Yes, because she used her bonus
You
action.
need the
to
bonus
trigger.
action to trigger off the attack. Okay, yes.
Okay, cool.
Still,
Yeah.
not terrible.
No.
Yeah.
Lorez.
All right then. I am going to hit him and smite him again.
Do you want to make any motion towards this sword first? You've got enough motion to get there and back, but you might incur an opportunity attack in the doing.
I'll stay where I am. I'll wait for it to come to me because I just rolled a 19 and I'd like to.
And you'd like to keep it.
I'd like to use it.
No one's arguing with that.
Yeah. So that's 25. I assume that hits.
Okay. Yeah. It sure does.
So I do an additional D6 fire plus 2D8.
Okay.
And this time we'll see if my damage is
a little better.
Oh, it is. Wow. Okay. 19 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, plus 4. Sorry. So 23 points of damage.
Okay. Is there any particular way that you would like to do this?
Well, I lunge forward and say, "Here's some hot stuff, Frosty." right through the down the out the back. And that's my action. So
and he will scream and wheel, and his shape keeps trying to change, but keeps reverting back to a dragon as he curls in like a spider.
Oh,
Rolls over.
Memories of home.
Yeah.
yes. Oh, it's like my auntie. Right.
And Princess is quite beside herself as she is just like, no, we were going to happily ever after. And as she just kind of blinks several times, her eyes turn from this glistening blue to brown. She's like, but he was still a handsome stranger who's going to take me away from everything. I'm still sad about it. She falls to her knees. And would anyone like to tag anything onto the epilogue of this? Because we actually ran over by a bit, and I want to make sure we end within a reasonable time frame. But that was my dumb adventure, you guys.
Yay!
Yay!
I'd like to scold her for selling her soul to a dragon, but that's it.
I mean, you feel like it falls on some deaf ears for a while, but by the time you can get her back to Nan Carter, she knows he was just handsome. She didn't know he was a dragon at first, and then that made it cooler somehow.
So she's a warlock.
She is a silver dragon warlock. Some shit I've been talking about recently with Andy that I made up, but why can't you sell your soul to dragons and other things? So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
that is the rescue from Mountain Death, everybody.
Yay! Argent
Everybody-
Thrax.
Thank you so much. Andy, thanks for inviting me to bother to DM because I got this ridiculous idea that what if the princess you were trying to rescue didn't want to be rescued from the dragon, and it kind of just started cascading from there. And silly names. Shoot. Mount Death is named after Lord Montefort Death.
Oh,
Yeah. You
I've
see
heard
that
of
sign.
him.
Lerez, you are likeliest to get the Holy Sword of Dragon Slaying, which on a smite does an additional D8 to dragons.
Whoa.
It incorporates them in your undead fiend.
Wow.
Blue.
Well, if it transfers game to game, I'm totally down.
I mean, you may as well write it down. There's also an Amulet of Protection +1 in that. The rest of it's money, which we'll talk about offline, or might not matter if we don't ever do this kind of thing again. But an Amulet of Protection +1, anybody?
Nice.
Knife fight over it?
Entrusts me to protect all magic items.
Oh, it's a strong
That's
play.
a good idea.
It's a strong play from
Fine.
Mistra.
Baergin has an amulet already. He's good.
We can argue
All right.
about it.
Well, let's more or less try to keep this under an hour and wrap this up. I've been Marty. I've been your DM. Thank you so much, my beautiful and pleasant players. Y'all are my favorite babies.
Yay.
I got nothing to plug personally, at least nothing I can point you to at the moment. So let's go around. And if I recall the order, it was Zom first.
Hi, I'm Zom. If you guys liked Baergin, he's actually a character from my novel. It's Unlucky. You can get it on Amazon. Unlucky by Zom Barber. Baergin's a character in it. So is Craig, who was used against me.
Everything I used against her came from her own writing, which I had.
That is
That
true.
was quite good.
Yeah, it was all from my stuff, so I'm upset. But yeah, please go check out the book if you liked Baergin at all, and that's all I'm going to plug so that we don't waste too much time.
Mm-hmm. Then we're on to Timothy.
Hi, I'm Timothy at Timothy Magic, to the twits. I'm an artist along with these guys, who are fellow artists and writers and homebrew content creators for Dice Camera Zine, benefiting the Child's Play Network. That's all I got on right now. My birthday is tomorrow.
Happy
Hey,
birthday!
Timothy, I wrote this adventure for you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be able to play on the eve. That's why I get the sword, right? Hooray! Thank you, Nathaniel.
Yeah,
Your
I got
birthday
you.
present.
Yay! Yeah. So that's all for me. Thanks for running. Absolutely, it's a delight.
Of course. And on to Andy. Again, you're new to the stream, so just plug whatever you can.
First, thank you, thank you for DMing Marty. It was awesome.
Of course. Thanks for inviting me.
I am here every Friday at 7, doing the Zine Team stream. This week, Homebrewed is in Kartakis, and I'll bet you everything's fine now that wizard's dead.
It's probably fine.
It's probably fine. Episode
He was a
3
bad
is
dude.
called
It's fine.
It's fine.
Is it really?
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you were joking earlier, but
that
it's
is 100% what I'm calling that episode.
Can't wait to watch.
If you can't watch on Twitch, it's on YouTube, God of Rhodes. I'm on Twitter at Andy Hatton. Hatton is spelled Hatton. That's pretty much it for me. I got stuff coming. Follow me on Twitter, and that'll be good. And follow at DiceGamerZine on Twitter as well.
Please do. Soup, take us out.
I'm Soup, aka Soupsaka on Twitter, Instagram, all that junk. I'm going to be working on some art stuff today, so I'm hoping to be posting something up on my Twitter at least today. So go and check that out. It's going to be cool, I hope. Also wanted to give a special shout out to my husband because it's his birthday today, and he was so gracious to let me play with y'all today.
Thank him so much for us, and wish him happy birthdays.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Son, brother.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's about all I got going on.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. My players, the internet, presumably, and most of all, I feel myself, for Rescue from Death Mountain. This nonsense I came up with. Good night, everybody. Take us out, Andy.